Okie doke, hello. So I have another book haul for you today. It's just a teeny tiny one. I only bought 4 books in the month of July, but they're pretty exciting books, so I'm going to go ahead and show them. 2 of them are new releases, and the first one is For, the collection of short stories from Veronica Mars? I was just gonna try and say Veronica Mars because she's a lot cooler than Veronica Roth, no offense. This one being For, the collection of short stories by Veronica Roth. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not that big of a Divergent fan. I kind of think Divergent is just a little bit overrated. I mean, enjoy it, and I think it's great and exciting, and just, I understand why people like it. I personally never really connected to Divergent. I finally read Allegiant a couple months ago. Finally got around to it, even though I was spoiled, and I read it, and I thought Allegiant was my favorite. Like, I found that I enjoyed them more as the books went on. Obviously, one of the biggest annoying things about Allegiant was For's perspective sounding exactly like Tris, and I couldn't differentiate it at all, even though they told you at the beginning of every chapter that this is For, this is Tris. So I read in an interview that Veronica Roth, like, addressed this criticism while she was writing this, because it was very distinct in her head, but she didn't realize that other people couldn't make the difference, so she made an effort to make For sound different in this, so I'm excited to start reading these. I haven't read them yet. They're not, but again, if I'm honest, it's not super high on my to-read list because it's not my favorite thing ever, but don't hate me because I do like Divergent. I just think it's a tad overrated. Ugh, I'm gonna get hate comments for that. Anyway, the second new release is easily my most anticipated book of the year, and that is Richelle Mead's Silver Shadows. I've already read this. I, by some crazy miracle, received this book 2 weeks early, and I read it as soon as I possibly could, and I loved it so much. It's definitely my favorite Bloodlines book in that series. It might even be my favorite in the whole Vampire Academy universe. I need more time to process and decide, but I love this. It's probably my favorite book I read all year. I read 40-ish books all year, and it's definitely among my favorite that I read all year. It's so worth the wait, and I had been waiting to read Fiery Heart together, so I read Fiery Heart and this back to back, and I loved it so much. And then so when I ordered Silver Shadows, I pre-ordered it, and I needed a little more money to get free shipping. If you order smartly on the Chapters website, you can get most of the new releases for like $10. So I got this for like $10. And then I also ordered Burrell's Eleanor and Park. I read Fangirl earlier this year for the first time, and I loved it, and was very excited to read more by Rainbow Rowell. So this is the exclusive collector's edition. This was in the bestsellers too, so I only paid like $12 for this one. The things that make this an exclusive collector edition is, I think there's like an interview, a Q&A in the back, and then this, which I just think is gorgeous, and then on the cover of the inside of the book, there is fan art, and this is just totally gorgeous, like so beautiful. And then on this side, it's just stunning. So I got the gorgeous collector's edition of this, and I'm really excited to read this. This one is pretty high on my to-read list. I'm very excited to read Eleanor and Park. I love Fangirl, and I'm sure I will love this. There's a lovely John Green quote right on the cover, and you know I trust John Green in his opinions. And then the other one, because those were both super cheap, it still didn't equal $25, I finally picked up Animal Farm by George Orwell, which is extremely tiny and short. But I read 1984 for the first time last year and fell massively in love with George Orwell and his writing, and just his ideas are just so brilliant, and I was so mad at myself for not having read 1984 up until last year, so this has been on my to-read list along with anything else Orwell has written. So I'm really excited to finally dive into this. This also is really high on my whole to-read list, so also quite exciting. What's really nice about this edition is it totally matches my 1984. They're totally the same design. So that's pretty exciting. There's no more new releases that I want until November. The next new release I want is the final book in the Myra Dyer trilogy, and that doesn't come out until November, so I don't have any new releases I need to buy, but I've been kind of like thinking about buying the box set for The Maze Runner, because I haven't read The Maze Runner yet, and there's all the buzz about the movie, so I've been thinking about maybe splurging and buying the box set for The Maze Runner. But other than that, I am done for this video. I have other videos that I want to film and do and upload. I have a book talk of Silver Shadows that if I upload the first one I did, I apologize because there are parts where my head is cut off. But I tried refilming it and I couldn't talk as well as I talked in the first one. So I'm probably going to upload the first one that I filmed. So tell me how awful I am for not liking Divergent as much as everyone else, but it is what it is. I will see you again soon with some book reviews because that's the thing I plan on doing. I know I say that every time, but I plan on doing it. So goodbye.